following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Macomb residents have been widely anticipating the new Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin-Robbins in Macomb, but the donuts and ice cream might not be available on time. Devin Brooks will be live from the restaurant later on with the story.
Western Illinois football back in the playoffs in breathtaking Ogden, Utah. Highlights from the Leathernecks' first-round matchup later on in sports.
Today didn't feel like the end of November. Is it going to stay warm or is winter weather moving in? Molly Naslin has a look at the weather later on.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
The opening has been delayed for the new Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin-Robbins in Macomb. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4.
The opening of the combo restaurant has been widely anticipated in the area.
News 3's Devin Brooks is live at the location with more. Devin?
That's right, Danny and Jennifer. City leaders tell me they've been working on bringing a Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin-Robbins to the area for several years. And if you take a look at the restaurant now, look at the progress, they are just about ready to open. This over $1 million project, built as a combo restaurant, is located at the corner of West Jackson and Sherman Avenue. Kim Pierce, the executive director of the Macomb Area Economic Development Corporation, says the investment into this franchise will benefit the community, and she hopes it encourages other businesses to choose Macomb to start their business. Pierce also says she's looking forward to the franchise bringing new people to town. Now, here's what Mayor Inman says about this restaurant addition coming to the community.
They should be up and running midweek this week. I think the community's excited. We're excited. I think they're bringing a good business model to the community, obviously a brand that everybody's familiar with.
And back out here live inside of the Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin-Robbins, they are supposed to open at 5 a.m. on Thursday morning. They had to delay for some system issues that they had. Their hours will be from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. And also, they are still hiring for part-time positions. They've hired up to 50 people so far. Live in Macomb, reporting for News 3, I'm Devin Brooks.
It looks like the employees are working hard They're working hard to get the store up and running. Thank you, Devin. And more local news, an annual holiday festival is on its way back to Macomb. Dickens on the Square, a magical holiday, will start at 2 p.m. this Friday in Macomb's downtown square. This event gives the community an opportunity to experience the Christmas season. Refreshments will be provided by Hy-Vee for purchase, and events such as cookies, decorating, and horse carriage rides will be available. Several other events will take place at Dickens on the Square. For more information on other events, you can follow Dickens on the Square on their Facebook page.
It's the Christmas season once again, and WIU is holding its annual Holiday Festival of Choirs. A number of choirs and singers will perform, including a 60-voice children's chorus and the Macomb High School Concert Choir. Audience members are also encouraged to sing along and join in on the holiday spirit. The concert will take place at the St. Paul Catholic Church at 309 West Jackson Street. Tickets are $10, and WIU students are free with their school ID.
The Macomb Amtrak station has just recently been renovated to better accommodate people with disabilities. There will be a ribbon-cutting ceremony next Tuesday, December 5th at 3 p.m. A new exterior ramp, exterior door modifications, and remodeling of bathrooms were all included in the renovations. Mayor Mike Inman was very happy that the Amtrak chose Macomb to be the first location of many Amtrak station renovations throughout the country.
The McDonough County Sheriff's Department reports an arrest for sexual abuse. Nathan Hennis was arrested November 21st for the alleged improper touching of children. The alleged incidents have occurred since 2014 and involved 2 children under the age of 10 years old. The alleged events occurred at Country Care Daycare just north of the village of Plymouth, Illinois. Hennis was charged with 7 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. His bond is set at $150,000.
A man is in jail in connection to multiple thefts in McDonough and Fulton counties. 33-year-old Jason Miller was arrested at his home in Bushnell. The arrest was part of a joint investigation by 3 departments. Officers say they searched a garage on Miller's property and found more than $15,000 in stolen tools and chainsaws. Miller is being charged with possession of stolen property. He's being held in the McDonough County Jail on a $25,000 bond.
McDonough County Public Transportation is working to make their buses more handicap friendly. The department now has a form people can fill out to request accommodations with boarding, accessing, or riding the bus. This form is called a Reasonable Modifications Form, and you can get one at their office or by calling the number on your screen.
The city of Macomb is preparing to kick off a year-long celebration in honor of Illinois' 200th birthday. A flag-raising ceremony will be held on the front lawn of City Hall next Monday at noon. The year-long celebration will begin this Sunday. The Illinois Bicentennial will recognize how Illinois has influenced American history, achievement, and culture.
Macomb City Council and Committee of the Whole will hold their meetings at the same time beginning in 2018. Currently, City Council takes place at 7 p.m. and Committee of the Whole takes place at 5 p.m. The change will make both begin at 5:15 in the evening. Mayor Mike Inman said this was brought up by the city clerk to help decrease confusion and potentially increase attendance.
We'd give the city clerk credit for that. She's the one that brought the proposition forward to the council for consideration, and obviously they concurred. We got folks, even sometimes I remember as an alderman myself being confused once or twice about, oh gosh, I came at the wrong time.
Because of the observed holiday on January 1st, which is the first Monday, City Council will take place on Tuesday, January 2nd at 5:15 p.m.
If you're a fan of comedy and magic, the University Union Board has an event for you. Ben Seaman, the comedic magician, will be performing tonight in the Grand Ballroom from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Ben has appeared on the television program Fool Us with Penn and Teller, as well as the Travel Channel. Free popcorn will be provided, and WIU students can attend for free with their school ID.
Coming up on Live at 4, it's been 1 year since the gas explosion in nearby Cannon, Illinois. A look at what remains at the site of the explosion and an update on the town's recovery next.
And do you have trouble falling asleep at night? Learn some tips that may help insomnia ahead.
I think just working with everybody in the newsroom, everybody has such a great camaraderie. All the opportunities that I've been given here have just been amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up on the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just giving that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department has done for me. When you have a really good show and that everybody nailed it, I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you! She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand!
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, you know, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
It's been just over a year since a gas explosion killed one man and caused damage to more than 50 buildings in the downtown square of Canton. To recap, a contractor hit a gas line, and when Ameren, Illinois employees responded to make repairs, the gas line exploded. One Ameren worker was killed and a dozen others injured. The impact from the blast blew out several windows and reduced some buildings to rubble. Some debris still remains at the scene near the origin of the explosion. City officials tell NEWS3 that 12 businesses had to relocate and 4 businesses closed. The city says the community has raised up to $130,000 to fund several businesses that were affected. The recovery efforts are still ongoing.
The WIU Student Government Association will host its inaugural Lunchtime with Leaders this Thursday. The event will be held in the University Union's Bratton Lounge from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. During the event, local government leaders will come to the Macomb campus to interact with students. The event is open to any WIU student, and the dress code is informal. The WIU Women's Center is presenting a documentary to educate people on how women are treated in the Middle East. He Named Me Malala will be shown in the University Union Sandberg Theater at 7 p.m. The movie tells the story of a woman who survived an attack by the Taliban and continues to travel around the world to educate people on how women are seen in other countries. The event is free and open to the public.
The Butte Health Center will be holding free HIV testings tomorrow morning from 10:30 till 2:30 in the afternoon in the Union Capitol building. The tests take 15 minutes and will be provided by Positive Health Solutions. Space is limited, so those who want to participate are encouraged to come early. For more information, contact the Butte Health Center. Millions of Americans have trouble falling asleep and staying asleep. If you're one of those millions of people, Reed Binion has some tips for treating insomnia in today's Health Minute.
Are you having trouble sleeping? If you are, you may be one of the estimated 50 to 70 million American adults who suffer from a sleep and wakefulness disorder. The most common is insomnia, where a person fails to initiate or maintain sleep. This may also take the form of waking up too soon, in which an individual wakes up several hours before they should and can't get back to sleep. The Center for Disease Control suggests 7 or more hours of sleep for adults between the ages of 18 and 60 years old. If you don't, it could affect your overall health. Here are some things you can do to improve your sleep health. Be consistent. Go to bed at the same time each day and get up at the same time too. Make sure your bedroom is cozy, quiet, and dark. Turn those smartphones, tablets, and TVs off. If you need a little white noise, try a fan. And avoid caffeine before bedtime. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
North Korea fired a ballistic missile early Wednesday local time. That's according to South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff, which said a missile was launched from Pyongyang and headed east. U.S. defense and intelligence officials had been growing increasingly puzzled as to why North Korean leader Kim Jong-un had not tested a ballistic missile in nearly 2 months. Before Wednesday's test, North Korea had fired 22 missiles without active warheads during 15 tests since February. U.S. officials say North Korea is continuing to develop its missiles, rocket fuel and engines, as well as targeting and guiding systems. The U.S. believes Pyongyang may be able to put a miniaturized warhead on a missile sometime in 2018, giving it the theoretical capability to launch a missile with a warhead atop that could attack the U.S. White House Press Secretary Sanders tweeted on Tuesday saying that President Trump was briefed while missile was still in the air.
Moving to local weather, we definitely didn't need our winter coats today, but will this nice weather continue? Your weekly forecast is next with Molly Nason.
I was born in St. Charles, Missouri, and grew up with my mom and dad and my younger sister. Funniest or most terrifying? I used to get in trouble for laughing on air, and one day we had someone kind of come in and straighten me out a little bit, if that makes sense, and everybody got a pretty good kick out of that one. My favorite thing about News 3 is probably how close we can get in a learning environment to the real world, not only from great things like this studio to the production room and even our writing lab. It's almost like what the professionals use.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
Good afternoon, Macomb, and welcome back. We're seeing our temperatures at 61 degrees with some cloudy skies, so you don't need those jackets right now. Dew point is sitting at 44 degrees, humidity is at 54%, and winds are out of the west at 10 miles per hour. Looking at our almanac, we're seeing our temperatures are well warmer than normal, with our average sitting at 43 and 25. However, we did hit a record of 70 and -2, but that -2 hasn't happened since the late 1800s. Looking now at our surface map, as you can see, we actually have a low pressure system moving into our area. Right at the base of this low pressure is some thunderstorms. And you can see our temperatures are actually following that low pressure system. With here in Macomb, we are seeing those warmer temperatures, and up to our northwest, a little bit colder behind that low pressure system. That low pressure is also following our clouds that we saw move in throughout the afternoon. Right over in our area, it went from sunny skies today into some cloudy skies this afternoon. Looking at our temperatures currently, again, here in Macomb, we are seeing 61 degrees. In Beardstown, they are sitting at 65, and in Quincy, 62. Tonight, we're going to see a little bit cooler temperatures with 31 degrees here in Macomb, 31 up in Burlington, and 33 over in Keokuk. Tomorrow, we're not going to be quite as warm as what we saw today, but still above average with 50 here in Macomb, 51 in Beardstown, and 50 over in Keokuk. Tomorrow night, we're going to see our temperatures get a little bit colder, but not quite as cold as what we were seeing tonight, with 39 degrees here in Macomb, 44 in Springfield, and 41 in Bloomington. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a low of 31 degrees. Those clouds are going to be moving out of the area as the evening goes on, with winds out of the northwest at 9 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we're going to see some partly cloudy skies with a high of 50 degrees, so you might want to keep that jacket handy because the winds are going to be out of the east at 10 miles per hour, so it's going to feel a little bit chilly tomorrow. So then for your 5-day forecast, we have some partly cloudy skies on Wednesday and Thursday with the high up in the upper 40s, and on Thursday, 51 degrees, but you're going to want that jacket Thursday night because we're going to see our low get down well below freezing at 26 degrees. Friday, we're going to have some partly sunny skies with a high of 50, and your Saturday and Sunday are going to be partly sunny with your highs in the mid to upper 50s, and your lows sitting right around freezing for the rest of the weekend.
Just when you thought it was cold there, Molly, now it's starting to heat up on us. It's confusing.
Weather's playing a trick on us for this fall.
That's right.
Molly.
That's right. High school football season's officially over, Molly and Jen, in Illinois, meaning that we can shift our attention to basketball. Macomb High girls hoops led by Zach Keene, adjusting to the new fast-paced style of play, how the system is coming along. Plus, Western Illinois women's basketball looked to build on an historic win. Highlights and more coming up next on Line at 4.
in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome back to Live at 4. Macomb High girls basketball is finding that its new style of play is starting to come together. MHS aimed to keep the success up on Monday night in the hangar against Canton. Lady Bomber head coach Zach Keene says that his ladies getting better adjusted to the system. Hannah Howard breaks the early scoreless tie with a wing tray, but Canton ready to answer. Bounce pass outside to Abby Swope for 3. Later in the first quarter, Mackenzie Hedges drills a triple from the left side wing, 12-7 Little Giants at that point. Second quarter now, Sophie Whitford from the left side for MHS, Canton up 24-17. The Bombers on a run in the second quarter, trimming the deficit to 5 on an Emma Thorman trifecta from straight on. Bombers right in it, trailing 34-29. Final seconds of the first half, Swope from all the way down Washington Street. The deep triple, she's like, yeah, I made that. It was raining threes for the Little Giants throughout the game. Another one here, and it was hard for Macomb to keep up. The Little Giants take the high-scoring affair 87-70. Macomb heads to Southeastern High School on Thursday night at 7 for a difficult matchup with Central Southeastern. After a year hiatus, Western Illinois football under leadership of Charlie Fisher returned to the FCS playoffs. The Leathernecks got a tough draw traveling to Ogden, Utah against 8th-ranked Weber State. The beautiful mountain scenery, look at those mountains in the background at Stewart Stadium. 3-0 Leathernecks after one quarter. A little flea flicker action for Weber State. 26-year-old quarterback Stephen Cantwell airs it out to the Bachelor, Drew Bachelor, 33-yard 7-3 Wildcats. Later in the second quarter, it's a fake on the Weber State pump, but wide open, dropped it. That led to another WIU field goal. Western trailed at halftime 14-6, looking for some plays in the second half. Here's one, a 30 seconds to go in the third quarter, a 7-yard touchdown run to the edge by Clint Rakovich. 2-point conversion, no good. Weber State still up 14-12. How about we add 6 more on to it? Cantwell shows off his arm again, this time to the big target, Andrew Vollert, who reels it in, 21-12 Wildcats. Sean McGuire trying to orchestrate the late comeback, rolls one way, throws the other to Tyler Slammons for 6. Western Illinois down 21-19, but the Leathernecks couldn't keep the Wildcats off of the field as Weber State hangs on. 21-19 was the final score. WIU falls just a little short in the first round, but 8 wins in a season is the most in program history since 2010. The Missouri Valley, nope, we're not ready for the highlight just yet. We got a couple graphics here. That's a little tease for you. But the Missouri Valley Football Conference announced its outstanding players in the 2017 campaign. On the second team, defensive back and broadcasting major Justin Fitzpatrick, along with fellow WIU baseball player, dual sport athlete Steve McShane, Sean McGuire, Quentin Moon, Max Norris, and Josh Baldus were all honorable mentions. The Brett Taylor era is over at Western Illinois. The nation's leader in tackles and Buck Buchanan Award finalist Macomb grown Brett Taylor. He headlines the WIU first teamers. Jalen Acklin, Western's all-time single-season receiving yards record holder, has had an All-American caliber season. Joining Acklin and Taylor on the MVFC first team list, Colin Saunders, and Jacob Judd. Western Illinois women's basketball defeated in-state foe Illinois last week for the program's first win over a Power 5 conference opponent since 2005 at Wisconsin. After a 3-game road swing, the Leathernecks return home against newfound rival Milwaukee. Olivia Brown introduced, but she forgot to go say hi to Colonel Rock III. Halfway through the first quarter, Emily Clemens over 500 assists. Here's one of them to Michelle Farrow for the corner tray, tying the game at 9. Then Jenny Lindner works inside for the Panthers to tie things up at 23. Leathernecks by 3 at half, and they came out shooting lights out in the third quarter. Higginbotham, 3 from the wing. Then the same spot for the sharpshooter Farrow. Western's lead grew to as large as 13 with the help of steals like this. Clemens finishes the layup on the other end, but Milwaukee would turn it on in the fourth quarter. Lindner inside for 2. Then Steph Kosowitz gets the shooter's roll, and the dagger, Jamie Wright, from the outside, giving the Panthers a 10-point lead late that they would not surrender. The Leathernecks dropped their second game of the season after scoring only 6 points in the fourth quarter. WIU stays at home to host Chicago State tomorrow night inside Western Hall at 7. That's sports. Final word is next.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
I mean, yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
I started to think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western Day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand, said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here." And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
WIU is making a difference this holiday season. Students are getting in the giving spirit by participating in the university's Angel Tree. The Angel Tree is a donation drive where Western's all-volunteer effort program partners with the Salvation Army to give gifts to the community.
Participating is as easy as visiting the tree in the Union and taking an ornament off the tree. Go to the Union Service Center and log which child you received. Gifts are due Friday the 4th at 4:30. You know, it's nice to see the campus getting involved with getting ready for the holiday season and getting everybody in the great spirit.
And it's such a nice way to do it, too. So it's such a nice giving way back. And what is the weather going to be? Is the weather going to stay warm for us, you think?
Weather's going to stay a little bit toastier for us, at least toastier than what's normal for this time of the year, with our temperatures tomorrow getting up to the upper 40s, lower 50s. With Thursday, 51, but you are going to want that jacket Thursday night. It is going to get well below freezing. Friday, we're going to have our temperatures get up to the 50s again with a little bit of a warmer temperature in the evening. Saturday and Sunday, partly sunny skies with your high in the mid to lower 50s with your temperature sitting right around freezing for your evening. So this weekend's looking pretty good.
And later on, Santa may even break out the shorts. Who knows? So that's all for us today.
But we're online all the time. Stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
From all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.